he kills adults. We see that a lot. And if I do apologise if there's people not seen the TV series because this could be a bit of a spoiler.
Get on with it.
Basically, it's the opening scenes in the campfire.
Yeah.
He doesn't show any empathy. He's total disregard for adults and children alike.
Yeah, and he kills them all.
And he kills them all.
And how could he possibly kill a kid?
Well, this is it, and this is the question. Did that come as a bit of a shock?
Well, when you shoot a kangaroo, you know, and it's got a joey in it, well, you got to kill the joey. You know, because the joey can't make it on its own.
Yeah.
So he doesn't see much different to that. There's a whole lot of Yanks, that helps, you know. And they're coppers. And they haven't have a kid, so if he doesn't take the kid out, the kid's not going to survive anyway, so, you know, he's going to take all these people out and he'll take the kid out too, you know. He does as far as he takes it, you know, so
yeah,
that's just the way he thinks. He's a psychopath. Good question, though.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, and you got to ask it. You're beauty. Next. See ya. Any more for any more? There we go. Thank Christ for that. There you go. Ask me a question. Oh, you can ask me a question.
Can you do the laugh for me? Huh? Can you do the laugh for me?
This is going to be a quick Q&A, isn't it? I'll do the stare and then I'll piss off. Okay. Come on. There's so many of this.
John, is that laugh of yours, which is like a very memorable and iconic laugh, is that something you like worked on to make, or is that just happens to be how you laugh?
When I... no. When I first talked to Greg McLean, the director, about doing it, we thought it'd be a good idea if I worked out this chuckle that starts out as a chuckle and ends up like Jaws music, you know? And so it took me about 6 months. And I was wandering around the house and I was doing all sorts of cackly laughs and stuff, trying to come up with it. And I went, and my dog, the Labrador dog, went. And I thought, something in that one. I like that one. So, yeah, the dog sort of gave me the hint that it was an all right laugh.
It works. You've done some acting with your son Charlie Jarratt in a couple of movies.
Yeah.
I was watching Savages Crossing a little while ago, and obviously your on-screen relationship in that is, you know, you basically want to beat the crap out of him all the time. What was that like to play against your real life son on screen, but to have such an antagonistic, violent relationship with him? What was that like?
It was harder for him, I think.
Yeah.
Charlie, he's my manager, by the way.
Is he?
Yeah, he's my manager now, and he does acting, singing. He's a very talented boy. And as a kid, he was a pain in the ass. He's still a pain in the ass. He's one of those full-on kids. And this is a good question because I can answer something else. The difference between me and a psychopath is my son, who I've never hit in my life. I never hit any of my children. Because my man used to bash the shit out of me, so I swore I'd never bash the shit out of anyone else. Anyway, except backpackers. So my son would drive me crazy, right? Yeah. And I'd want to just slam him up against the wall and punch him in the mouth, but you never did it because you're civilised and you don't let your will run riot like that. But Mick Taylor would. That's the difference. They carry on with that sort of primal, angry bullshit.
Yeah.
And but anyway, he grew up. And we worked together, and I worked with him just recently again.
Okay.
So it's quite an experience, but he was very upset because he had to kill me in the film.
Right.
And that really, really upset him because we're good mates. Yeah, we're really good mates. Yeah.
Yeah, that must be.
Yeah. Come on, one of you guys ask a question. You can't leave it all to the Rev.
Yeah. Have we got one over here? Oh, here's one. Oh, he's got it. There's a mic coming.
You all look pretty good. There's not a lot of colour in Sheffield, except him. We talked about it. Everyone's in blacks and browns and very colourful.
Right, we've got a question coming.
Yeah.
Am I right in thinking that I think the first thing I ever saw you in was that episode of Inspector Morse quite a while ago. What was your? I'm probably going to get shot for asking this at a horror convention, but what was your memories of that and working with John Thor?
Well, John Thor was a wonderful actor. You know, he had a terrific intensity, and you know, that he just locked you with his eyes, and he made you work. And he was a very good, very precise actor who knew how to get into the moment. But he was also very kept to himself. You know, he'd finish his lines and go to the caravan, or finish his line and go back to the hotel. So he wasn't a very sociable person. His Offsider was a lot more fun, but so I didn't really get to know him as a person, but as an actor he was tremendous. Yeah. Thanks. No worries. Any more? Hey, there's a hand up. See, you're getting warmed up now. Yeah, what do you want? He's too slow. He's too slow, Rev.
Yeah.
Your films are based on kind of a true story.
No. I did another film when I was a child called Picnic at Hang Rock. Anyone know Picnic at Hang Rock? Yeah, Peter Weir's first film, and that was based on true facts. See, that's the trick. It's based on true facts. Okay? It's based on a serial killer who kills people, so that's a true fact. It's just a way of sucking you all in to thinking it's a true story. If it says this is a true story, or based on a true story, well, it probably is, but it says true facts, you're just being sucked in, basically. No, it's not it's just picks things that other psychopaths have done, like the severing of the spine. That was by a guy called Ivan Milat, who was a Sydney psychopath. Yeah. Any more?
Got a question here? Got you. Beat you.
Hi. I was going to ask you a question about Stalker. I don't know if any of you have seen it. If you haven't, I recommend it highly because it's a mindfuck. I was going to ask, what drew you to a role like that? Because it's not horror, but it's not horror, if that makes sense.
Aye. I understand you. It's all right. Lovely. Now, Stalker. What are you talking about? Bloody. What have we got here? Zombies. What are you doing down there? What's everyone doing over there?
Been invaded.
There's chairs over there if you want to come and sit down.
Yeah, come in.
Yeah, come on in.
Feel free to sit down.
Walk across. Yeah, okay, good.
Scared.
Stalker, I produced Stalker as well. My company made Stalker, and it's about 2 people in a house. And I sat with my other 2 people I work with, and I said, we need to make a movie. We haven't got a lot of money. It needs to be about 2 people, and it needs to be in a house or a junkyard, or just in one location. And it needs to be 2 brilliant actors, and I'll be one of them. And it can be 2 men or a man and a woman. And we found Stalker, simply because we thought we want to make a movie, but we needed to make one where we weren't going to spend a lot of money, but hopefully that the acting would be up there, like Streetcar Named Desire and all that sort of stuff. And thank you for saying that, because I do think it's pretty bloody good, and you can get it online and stuff. Stalker. So that's the reason I made it, simply because we were able to raise a budget.
Do you have any more plans to do sort of behind the camera stuff, writing and producing?
Yeah. I got another film called Who Cares Sal that I'm getting up, which is the lead role's a Down syndrome guy, and we think it's the first film that the Down syndrome person is in the lead. Normally they play supporting roles and stuff, but this guy actually holds the movie.
Wow.
Yeah, so we hope to do that in February.
And that's so refreshing, not to just get an actor in to act, but having Down syndrome to get the real deal.
Absolutely, yeah.
Good stuff.
And he's a good actor too.
Yeah.
He's a really good actor, the guy that we've got. Yeah, so that's that.
Is it true that you were in the running to be Stuntman Mike in Death?
Not Stuntman Mike.
Stuntman Mike, man.
No, it wasn't Stuntman Mike. It was the guy. No, what happened was I was in Quinton Road. I call him Quinton. My mate Quinton. Really Quinton. He wrote the bar was the Dingo Bar, and he wanted an Aussie to run the bar.
Yeah.
And then he gave me the part, and I'm all bloody excited and everything. And then he decided I had to be American bar, and then replaced me with a wonderful actor, fantastic actor, Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
And anyway, I got to do a cough and a spit on Django, so kind of made up for it.
Yeah. What did you make of Tarantino's Australian accent?
Oh well, I tried to help him.
Yeah.
But he was quite, it was okay. If you ever watch Django again, forget about these first 3 words. I wasn't there when the fucker did those 3 times. 3 words. Only 3 words, right? The rest of it, I sat with him and made sure that, you know, through the speeches that he did it pretty well. And the 3 words he says when he gets off this bloody horse, he says to Jamie Foxx, "Shut up, Blick." Oh, it's a South African Blick. And in America, if you say black, it's exactly like we say. Hi, you're a black guy. It's black, it's black. Like Australians, black. I don't know how you guys say black. Black. Well, he's fucking black, that guy. Yeah, you say black. Yeah. So that was that.
Yeah. Right, got more questions? Hands up, anybody? Let me have a look in the darkness. Here we go.
He likes the darkness. He's a red.
Hi again, John. Now, you did a film with Danielle Harris called Shiver.
Aye.
And a bit like Mick, he was a bit of a psycho. What was it like playing that character? Was it similar or was it hard?
No, he's really different. And he was very hard for me to play because I'm nothing like him. I'm a little bit like Mick, but I'm an Australian from the outback, the end. But this guy was slightly buck-toothed and he was a weasel, you know, and he was a snivering character. Mick would eat him for breakfast, but he was an evil little prick. And so I sort of buck-toothed myself a little, and I spoke like that, "How are you?" And he's sort of that guy, kind of Weasley guy, you know. And he cut people's heads off and put them in jars and stuff. And he was a jeweler. So he was very different to Mick. But no, it was interesting. A great film. I did it in Portland, Oregon, which is even colder than Sheffield. Yeah.
You're very good at accents.
I'm not bad.
Not bad, yeah.
Not
You see
bad.
the English accent in the film as well. Do you just naturally do that? You're like a natural mimic or what?
No, all Australian actors can do that.
Yeah.
We're all good with accents.
But not all actors can do Australian. That's
None of them.
yeah. So you've picked the right
None of
country to.
them. We can do all your accents, you can't do ours.
Yes, you can do everyone.
Even poor old Meryl Streep couldn't get it. Somebody stole my Bible!
Didn't I?
Yeah. It's apparently a hard accent to do.
Yeah. But she
Anyway.
can't do it. It must be hard.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Here we go. Here we go. I'll pop up. Pop up.
Take your time.
You said before that you did mainly good guys, but when you went to Mick, was it hard to get into the role to play an evil bastard?
It wasn't so much the evil bastard, it was the complexity of it, you know, and the fact that psychopaths have got no empathy, and look, I don't understand what he does. I can't understand how anyone can do that. So I had to just make, just justify it is the best thing. I had to justify it and then just play it as Mick would think. And so that was kind of difficult. And the justifying was like, you know, it's like kangaroos and tourists and a pain in the ass, you know, just all the justifications and no empathy, and they don't care, you know, they don't feel anything. That's why he killed the kid too, you know, he doesn't feel anything. And so that was difficult, but I kind of got onto it, and then I kind of enjoyed it in a macabre kind of way, and it was fun scaring the actors, and I could beat them all up. I'm pretty good with my dukes, you know, so I smacked Nathan around a bit. So, and then I came up with a funny voice, right? Did all that. And then I come up with a silly laugh. And I thought, this is either going to be absolutely brilliant or a really bad Warner Brothers cartoon. So I was a bit apprehensive as to when I turned up on the first day to do Mick. But by the end of that day, I realised, I felt that it was working and they were all really happy with it. So, yeah, it was a bit scary, but not anymore because I know it works. Yeah.
Not only with Mick's voice and his his outfit and his look is a very particular look. I mean, were you involved much in choosing how he would look?
Yeah, I did. Bloody silly looking Greg wanted me in shorts and a work shirt and working boots. But I understand the outback person, you know. So I built the entire character and give him a backstory and get away.
That's great.
Yeah.
We've got a question for you.
John, you mentioned earlier that your dad used to bash the shit out of you,
Yeah.
right? There's a scene in the series where you pulled up alongside the childhood farm,
Yeah.
and you just gave a glance,
Yeah.
and then it was a really shitty glance,
Yeah.
and then you drove on. Was there any of the John Jarratt in that look?
No,
Did you
because
channel anything of the real John?
no, it was just Mick thinking about what an arsehole his father was. But my dad wasn't an arsehole. He was an all right guy, but he had a bad temper, and I come from an era where we used to get belted. You know, it was called discipline. It's called domestic violence now, but it was called get in your bloody room, I'll bloody teach you, and bloody you cop this. And you know, it was just what happened in those days, and especially in the country. And it wasn't unusual for my mates to get bloody good hidings as well, you know. So anyway, I'm 64. Is anyone else as old as me in the audience? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? You do? Yeah, see, most people my age had the shit beat out of them. Yeah, so no, I didn't. My old man was a good bloke. I love my old man. He was very funny. A lot of his humour I use in Wolf Creek. You know.
I suppose that's one of the things about Mick Taylor. He actually, I mean, he's a psychopath, but you want to hang out with him. You want to like go for a beer with him because he's funny and interesting, and there's an attraction to him as well as this.
Yeah. If he wasn't a psychopath, or if you didn't know he was, if you ran into Mick, like he has 6 months off killing people. He doesn't do all the bloody time.
Yeah.
He lives in the Esperance.
Yeah.
You know, I got this whole backstory, you know. So he goes home, like most psychopaths, and they all say, he seemed like such a nice guy, you know.
Yeah.
And go to the pub and he'd have a few laughs, you know, and they say, Mick, had a drink with Mick last night. God, he's a fucking bastard.
Right.
Yeah. But
I think that's the key, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Young actors ask me, what makes a great actor? What do you do? And I just say, just face the front and go for the laughs. So, but what about tragedy? It's especially in tragedies.
Yeah. Was there a question up here? Let me see if I can get up there.
Got to get around, doesn't he?
Hi. My nephew was a really big fan, and his father, and he couldn't be here today.
Is that your nephew there?
It is. It's
He's a
Adam.
young gun.
Yeah, he is.
Aye. What's his name?
It's Adam.
Our Adam.
Adam.
This is our Adam. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
There's a part in Wolf Creek where you're torturing somebody, and you say, "Very good." And my nephew wants to know if you'll say it for him, please, so he can tape it and show it his father to prove that he was here.
Very good. Very good. Now go and get some counselling. You're too fucking young to be watching that.
Any more? Any more questions over in the dark? Oh, here we go.
Hi John, you've mentioned Quentin Tarantino already, but can you tell us a bit about working with Michael Parks in the same movie as We've Lost Michael this week?
Oh, have we? Oh, I didn't know him very well. No, Michael, God rest his soul. The lovely Michael. No, he's a lovely bloke. But he mumbled a lot. And I couldn't understand him. And he couldn't do it. He's supposed to play in Australian, didn't even fucking try. And this, I'd sit around with him all day, right? Because I work with him all the time. And this is how he talked, right? Yeah, well, I knew Bobby Mitchell and we didn't know what we're doing this by that. I don't know. Jeez, I would do well. I got that. And then anyway, we end up in Reno and we're like, well, yeah, you know, when you did that. What the hell? Hey, you like that story? Oh, great. That's really good. Yeah, so he mumbled at me for about 2 weeks, so I didn't really get onto him. God, I love him and he's gone. There you go. No, he's all right, bloke, but I really didn't know him, so that's why I'm not, crying in reality.
We've got about 5 more minutes, so has anyone else got a question they want to... Here we go. Oof, Top one.
Hey John.
Hello.
My question is, what's next for Mick?
What's next for Mick? I'm doing another series. I'm going back in July, August to shoot another 6 eps. Who's seen the series? Hands up! Look at that. It's a good series. When they come to me and said, when Greg said, I think we'll do a series on television, you know, it's getting a bit gratuitous now, isn't it? I'm trotting Mick out a bit now. And but the scripts are great, and it's a really good series, I've got to say. If it was shit, I'd tell you it was shit, but it's really good. It's really good. So we're doing another one of those.
The scripts are great, but also, I mean, the production value, the cinematography in that is it's stunning.
We got a bloke called Jeff Hall, who used this easy rig, which holds the camera on a cable, so it sort of floats. And this guy, some of the rehearsals, we shot some of the rehearsals and they used them. This guy could frame, and we never have to go twice for framing, you know, to get the shot. He was amazing, stunning. We got him again, thank Christ. Yeah.
So there's a next Wolf Creek series. Is there a Wolf Creek 3 movie?
Well, because the Wolf Creek series are going so well, and they pay so bloody well, I tend to want to keep doing them, you know. I was 65, like a retirement plan here, you know. So they might do a 3rd series, and then they will do Wolf Creek 3, which is written, but it probably won't be till late 2018, early 2019. And then Wolf Creek 4. In Wolf Creek 4, I got one of those little things that the old people drive around the streets, you know, one of them. And it's got a couple of spotlights on it, and you see it coming. This is the opening, right? You see it coming down the footpath, and we've got the spotties on, you know, and the gun rack riding down. And then you widen out, and he turns left into the outback old people's home and starts stealing all their false legs and taking their teeth and breaking them up. And
I can see that. I think.
Yeah.
Any more questions in the last few minutes before we start wrapping up? Oh, here we go.
G'day, John.
G'day.
How do you feel about these guys thinking we all drink Fosters?
Well, I'm glad you are, because no one in Australia does. It's a shit beer. The only people we could suck into drinking are you man bastards, you know? No, we drink VB and 4X and... Ever heard of 4X?
Yeah.
It's Queensland beer. They call it 4X because Queenslanders can't spell beer. That's the joke. You know?
Any more questions to end?
Is that it?
Oh, hang on. Excuse me, Mr. Hannah there.
Hi. Okay, so as your character of Mick, what is your favourite killing?
My favourite kill? A very sick woman. Where you going to high school later, are you? Is that where you met her? Yeah. Well, I don't kind of think of it in a macabre kind of way. One of my favourite kill. I just loved it when I tore the guts out of the German. I don't think of it like that, you know. That's a Mick's favourite kill. That'd be different. But John Jarratt's favourite kill, like Mick, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. That's a hard question. But the one I had most fun with recently, kills, was killing Yoga Woman in series, in the last series. That was great. She was 78, and she was amazing. She fell on the ground and everything. And well, I like killing Yoga Woman.
Didn't you say that I'll stretch you out or something?
Yeah. I had live a lot, and I stretch her out. And funny thing is, we weren't supposed to kill Yoga Woman, and I got up for breakfast that morning.
Yeah.
And I was running around looking for the director, right? And the director apparently was running around looking for me, and we couldn't find each other. And then we ran into each other, and we both said almost at the same time, "We got to kill Yoga Woman." So, yeah, I like killing Yoga Woman. That was fun. And Yoga Woman liked being killed. She was a great old actress. She's great. Yeah.
We've got 1 minute to go. I'm going to ask you another last question. When you've been in so many different films and TV shows, are there particular films that you would say you are particularly proud of? That stand out?
Well, you wouldn't probably know him, but Australians know him. But, Picnic Hang Rock, obviously. I did a film about Vietnam called The Odd Angry Shot, which I really like. I did a film called All Men Are Liars, where I played a rock and roller. I like that. I got nominated Best Actor for that. And I did a mini-series in Australia, and it's worth getting if you're into it, but about Ned Kelly, called The Last Outlaw. And that's brilliant, even if I say so myself.
You did a good accent too.
The Irish accent or not?
Yeah.
Right, I can do that too. So, yeah, because the one before that was Mick Jagger, for fuck's sake, playing Ned. Ned's my height, looks a bit like me, you know, little Weasley, little fucking Mick Jagger. And then God love him, Heath Ledger played him, but who's brilliant and wonderful in the Joker, but Ned's really tall and can actually grow a beard. And so those two Ned Kelly films were no good, unfortunately. But this one was particularly good, and I highly regard that project. Yeah.
Well, John has got an autobiography that you've written recently called The Bastard from the Bush. What a great title.
Yeah.
Check that out if you want to hear more about his story. He's around. You can come and meet him, get photos with him and chat with him. But other than that, John, can you put your hands together for John Jarratt?
Thank you. Thank you very much.